ọgbà tí a sì jiná lóde ìrànjẹ làwọn aláṣẹ ìjókòó tí wọ́n fẹ́ máa jẹ ọba ni wọ́n ṣe gàyà díẹ̀ náà ìlú ló láṣẹ ẹjẹ ìlú ó jẹun náà ìdí nìyí tó fi jẹ́ pé ẹ̀tọ́ ìlú là ń fowó ìlú ṣe nípìnlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ẹ̀rí bí ní ètò ẹ̀kọ́ wa ṣe ń jòkèèrè LAUTECH ti di tìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ilé ìwòsàn alábọ́dé bíi 40 ló ti wẹ̀wọ̀ ọ̀tún pẹ̀lú àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ tòun tòògùn àti irinṣẹ́ tó kojú owó iṣẹ́ sì ti fẹ́ẹ̀ parí pẹ̀lú lórí 100 míì jákèjádò ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ààbò tó dájú ohun amáyédẹrùn ní ìṣokùnfà ìdásílẹ̀ iléeṣẹ́ ńláńlá láwùjọ òun náà nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ fi wà nípò kẹta nínú àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ tí ń pawó wọlé jùlọ lábẹ́lé nílẹ̀ wa ọ̀pọ̀ ọ̀dọ́ ló ti láǹfààní ẹ̀kọ́ṣẹ́ iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ lọ́nà ti gbàlódé táṣeyọrí yìí ó sì jẹ́ kó ń jẹ́ sùn wá bọ̀ láìpẹ́ nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ àtòṣìṣẹ́ fẹ̀yìntì ń gbowó wọn lásìkò pápá àṣírí Adámàsìngbà àtàwọn inú ojú pópó tí ń sòrú dọ̀sán kọ́ àwọn ìlú ti sọ pásì ìwádùn níṣèjọba yìí fi ń mọ rírì gbogbo àwọn aláṣẹ gómìnà Ṣèyí Mákindé ló ń sọ fún wa pé pẹ̀lú ìṣọ̀kan wa oòrùn tó kù lókè yìí ó táṣọ gbẹ.
iléeṣẹ́ ètò ìròyìn àṣà ohun ìrìn àjò afẹ́ tìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ló ń kéde.
Afternoon, everyone. This is Moments with T.
Way on my feelings and nothing can stress me. The way I run the game, I'm feeling like referee. No, like Moses parting the Red Sea like a chauffeur.
This is Aloore Radio transmitting from the GSM studio at the Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism Secretariat at Agbodi, Ibadan. And you know when you hear this voice, it's your favorite girl, Omomi Emmanuel.
Pull up at the spot, open doors and it's suicide. Chillin' rent free. What the check, please? Couple hundred G's on a good night.
Before I move on, before we do anything, are you following us on all our social media platforms on Aloore Radio? Are you following us on Facebook? Are you following us on YouTube? You can also download our mobile app and catch us up 24 hours. And you know we have latest, cutest information for you.
All I wanna do is jive 220 on the highway. I'm about the energy. Maybe if it's good, send it my way. If it's bad, keep it private. All these haters so vexed and the best of life. You don't want tested, guy.
And today we'll be talking about something very, very interesting, very educative, and something that I am so sure you're going to learn one thing or the other from. And before I go on, you have to share this video because it's going to help myself, every audience listening out there. So you have to keep sharing to get to the right person. You need to like, you need to follow, you need to share, you need to drop comments. And I told you, every time I come up here and you see my video, you keep dropping comments and asking questions. You need to just ask questions, drop comments, whatever you want me to bring up on the show or whatever you want me to introduce to the show, you just drop it under the comments and I will definitely go through the comment section and come here to talk about it. And you might be a lucky winner. You know, we talked about it when we started this episode that we're going to bring one of the listeners to the show, and we'll definitely have something to talk about. So I'm still looking at someone that is very, very active and, you know, has been following up on the program. So we'll definitely pick you up soon and you find yourself on the hot seat. Yeah. So today we'll be talking about things you think you are ready for. Things most times people think that we are ready for this stage of our life, or the growth that we're going to go into, or the stage you're going to get to in this life. But I tell you that most times you're not ready for all these things. You just feel like, oh, you're an adult and you are ready to be an adult. I tell you that, first of all, one thing I need to put out there is that adulthood is a scam, and I can bet with you that you are not even ready to be an adult, because when you start the journey of being an adult, it is a journey that I don't think there's even a manual or there's a book that you have to read to become an adult. They are just speculations or things that people think you need to know. But I tell you that when you go through the process by yourself, you'll find out a lot of things that you can't even finish writing down, or you can't even finish putting it down in a book, or probably you want to produce your own book on what adulthood means. So you know what, relax, and we're going to like have a lot of things to talk about. So the first thing we'll be talking about is making decisions. When you're an adult, you have to make decisions. Yeah, you have to make some decisions in your life. And one thing I always tell people is that it's all right to make wrong decisions at your early stage, because you'll be able to correct from it. And one thing is that when you make that mistake, you correct from it on time, and you don't have to keep making mistakes. And that's why I tell parents, let their children make some certain decisions. And whereas even if you know that the decision is going to be wrong, or the decision would hurt them, all you can do is to guide them. But sometimes we want to make this decision because we feel like we are adults, and when we make that decision, one thing is for sure, is that the decision is right and you come out in flying colors with the decision. And the other thing is that you come out and the decision you made for yourself is the wrong decision. But I tell you that you've not done anything wrong. If you are 20, you are 20, you are 21, you are 22, and you're like you can't achieve anything in your life just because you've made a lot of mistakes, or you've made a lot of decisions, and you've failed so many times, and you're just 23. Okay, I came across something on Instagram, and a girl of 23 years old said she feels like her life is miserable because of the decision she has made. She has made a lot of wrong decisions. And one thing came to my mind, and I'm like, you're just 23, you have a long age ahead of you. Like, you are just 23. There are still some people that they are 30 and they're still making wrong decisions, and they are still doing perfectly well. It doesn't mean because you are 23 or you are staying alone, you already have a car, you already, you are paying your rent, you're doing all these things that someone that at the age of 25, 30 is supposed to be doing. And it means that when you now make some certain wrong decisions in your life, it means that the world is about to end. Hello, I break it to you that you are just starting that journey. You've not even gone halfway. That's what I'm going to tell you, that you've not even gone halfway. So it's all right if you make these decisions, and there are decisions that probably would hurt you so much. One thing I can tell you is that you can learn from it. You pick up your pieces, write down the mistake you've made, and make sure that you don't repeat it. And that's why one thing I love about NYSC is the fact that they allow us express or explore that 1 year of our life. A lot of things happen during that 1 year, like a lot of things happen, and most of the time you might be lucky to make the right decisions, or you might be lucky to find some nice set of group of people, yeah, and you people will make that right decision, and you might be very unlucky, and that doesn't mean that you have bad luck. Please don't ever have that at the back of your mind, that one thing you've done wrong or you are just unlucky. I know some people, they have this thing, I'm an unlucky. What? There's nothing like you are being unlucky. Like, literally, there's nothing like that. All you need to do is that when you make a mistake, you just learn from it. So NYSC makes sure that 1 year of your life, you make some certain decisions, and when you make those decisions of your life, it helps you to understand that it is very, 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 very important to learn from it. And that's what NYSC does. That's why 1 year of your life, you spend it probably out of your comfort zone, you spend it maybe out of your state, you go to another state, you go to another place, or you rent an apartment of your own, you stay on your own, you have to make decisions, you have to pay bills. Probably they're paying you 33,000 naira, and where you're working they're not paying you. You have to do with the little you have, and you are able to like make decisions, pay for your cable bills, feed yourself, clothes. And at the same time, whether you're a girl or you're a boy, you still want to be that baby boy, that baby girl, and you still want to look clean, you still want to look good. And you make some decisions in your life just because, probably because of peer pressure, or probably the decisions that you feel like so probably because of the decision you have made. So when we talk about decision making, we talk about change, we talk about career, we talk about growth, we talk about success, we talk about opportunity. And another thing is, on the next episode of Moments with You, we'll definitely come back here and talk about these things that we think we know, but we do not know half of it. Until I come your way next time, I remain your girl Omoune Emmanuel, and this is your show Moments with You. See you next week.
No, I just touched down London. Fine girls with big bum bum. They want to hold me for ransom, but I'm picky, I'm not late come. Show guess, let's go to LA, but let's not go there to LA, unless they get money to throw away. It be like say they want delay, I don't enter Russia. Now me with them they Russia. Thank you under my watch, yeah. You supposed call me what, yeah. Yes, I'm feeling good, feeling nice. I'm catching cruise, catching flight. Nothing can keep this vibe, no. Nothing can keep this vibe. Yes, I'm feeling good, feeling nice. Catching cruise, catching flight. Nothing can keep this vibe, no. Nothing can keep this vibe.